So check this out. This is my progress of my what I call engine terminal. So this is my 9-stall roundhouse. No, I do not have this track screwed down yet. But this here is my main line. I know, very funny, right? It's only about 3 inches long, but it's going to connect to another board that this will bunk up against. And this is my machine shop. But I noticed over the years it's kind of pulled apart, so I don't know how to fix that just yet. But you really have to look, I guess. There's a piece there. But other than that, it fits pretty nice. The roof doesn't really fit, but if I got that pushed together like it's supposed to, then it wouldn't. But this is the part that I really want to show you, how nice and smooth that it rolls. That's how nice I have the track set up. Will it operate that smooth? Well, we'll see. In the past, it's proved that that generally, if you set it up that nice, it is that nice. I mean, there's always some fine-tuning, critiquing, but the real reason that I'm doing this, so I haven't had a lot of time, and just on the weekends, a few hours here and there, I've got this pretty much the scenery done where I want it, but there's some fine-tuning, so I'm marking all these tracks because I'm going to unscrew them, and then it gets a real fine sanding in the tracks, and then that part of the track gets painted gray, and then a little bit of black as if coal or fuel oil, diesel got spilled on the track. And then from there, it'll get that painted and the track put down again to make sure. And then there's some places that I will have to, I think it's here or here. I've got to put a piece of construction paper underneath of it and glue that down. And then of course it require some, well, being where it's at, I just need to paint it gray. But the main thing is to after get all that done and track put down, then I'm going to sprinkle woodland scenic. It's like a grass. It's a real fine powder, and you glue it down. And then I was even thinking I might add a tree over there where the drill is at, like 1 or 2 trees. And I know you wouldn't probably see that, but maybe on the back side there of the roundhouse, just to make it more scenic. But after that, it's done, and I don't know if you can see it in the video, but there's a couple wires that, in the process of gluing or screwing this down, that pop loose. One was my connection wire, and then my other one's my drop wire, which goes underneath the board, that busted loose. So I have to come along and resolder those 2 connections. And then the final, so over here to the far left, there's a drilled out hole that goes all the way to the end of the board there. All that wire plus the cable from the turntable, so the power connection for that turntable will go out that. But I was thinking about putting a plastic pipe in there so that the wire would slide much easier instead of trying to push it through the foam. But I think this looks really nice. There is one other thing I'm going to do eventually, which this roundhouse, I got the old one yet, so there are 2 walls here that need to be put in, and I have the roof, it won't stay. Of course, it doesn't have any support, so we've taken it, but I will put in those walls, and then of course the roof will then of course, fit on this building. The other thing I'm kind of a little disappointed is this building, for some reason, it's not stretched as far apart as it should be in places, so the roof doesn't want to fit real good. It's like it's kind of tight, so I guess I need to put this roof down and then put some weights and just leave it for a week and see if that helps force that plastic into the shape that it should be in. Other than that, I think it's good. We're almost done. I mean, other than, you know, the sanding down and painting gray, the little bit of leveling up on the board there, and then some filling places so that you can't see the grooves for the wire, and maybe a little deepening of some of them. And eventually I plan on hiding that by using maybe like take a piece of paper and paint that, and then not just paint it, but put like either dirt or the gray so to simulate ballast and rock. But to put that, then kind of like have a double-edged tape on the bottom side of it, and then that tape or that paper would set over top of the wiring so that you can't see it. But I just, I know I didn't introduce myself at the beginning of this video, but I'm Benjamin Temple. I know the people that know my channel or subscribe know who I am surely by now. For new subscribers, I'm guessing that you don't. But I've been working on this for some time. Of course, college and all been pretty busy. I had one board put together, but I didn't really care for it I had a problem. So this here, it went up and it come down, and it is like that to the, so it had an angle, it wasn't level, where this is much better in level, and I don't have a problem of the locomotives hitting that, and therefore this shouldn't have any problems. I mean, I've not yet tested the locomotive, but I run this car to make sure that it'll gauge, or jump from the bridge here onto the sectional track, and also the stalls of the roundhouse and this machine shop and the main line here. It seems to work pretty nicely. I mean, there'll be some more fine tuning I'll need to do once it's finally, the scenery is all done and it's put together and the wiring is connected and the panel. I have a aluminum sheet. I just got to get this drawing done on it for the track diagram, and then paint it. And then once painted, I should be able to cut out the holes for the toggle switches and then wire it up, and I'm going to build so that control panel will go over there. So this slot here is cut out because another board goes there, and actually this would go up against the wall. Maybe it's that way, I don't remember. I'd have to look at my layout plan drawing, but I think it goes that way, and then there's a board that goes off that way that connects, and then there'll be a board here that bunks up against that. But on the next board you would come out and you would have your sand tower, your water tower, and your coal tower, and all the accessories to, more or less like in real life, to fuel up your steam locomotive or your diesel locomotive. And then then it would go into the next section. But all that's going to be the service area, what I would call. This here's really, it should call the engine terminal or engine storage place, but I guess it would be a place where you also do some light, maybe even heavy mechanics or maintenance work on a steam locomotive along with some diesels. So anyhow, I hope you enjoy this video, and if you have any pointers on about how to do wiring or your thoughts on my setup, even if you don't like it, I'm all ears. If you find something better. This is, like, say, it's foam, which I'm not sure was the best way. I took this idea from a guy out of the model railroader. I believe that's the way he did his. And of course, he glued the track to the board. But I wanted this where it would come apart and I could put it back together. And then this way I could, when I get a bigger shed and can fit the whole layout into, and better storage for all the rail cars, then that would work. So that's, and also if I move, then I could transport it. But if I wanted to take this apart and set it up at a train show, I could also do it there. So that's kind of the reasoning for going the extra mile here, or all this extra work to set up this way. Maybe it's not the smartest or the best, but again, like I say, I'm kind of new as far as building a layout. I had a 4x8 sheet built a long time ago, but while it was successful in operating it, the track power was another story. The engines would sometimes cut out, and I did eventually buy a wiring book, but that board has been dismantled a long time ago. So anyhow, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and again, like I say, leave a comment on your thoughts. Expertise helps, whether you like, dislike, and reasoning why. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.